Makes so much sense though too. I have heard you in my head. This is so funny part. Because I know this is shit you're gonna do. And you're in my space. The like, don't start. Are you done yet? All of that shit when I'm throwing a temper tantrum. The difference is I don't get to hear that shit when you're the one throwing a temper tantrum. So I've heard a lot of that because you don't want to deal with emotions. You don't want to. I get that. I know how your heart is. I'm not asking for you. Well, actually, if you want to claim any of it, because I know eventually Daddy up there will move and bring in someone to claim. He will bring someone in to treat me how I am supposed to be treated, which means talking about your highest of highs and lows in a day. Not hiding pieces of yourself during that day. Not hiding emotions. That is what I need going forward. That dealing with your past and healing it, that is attached to work because that is what's holding you back in life and relationships. And fuck, you could be the volcano, not at your choice. Do you see that? So, I am only asking, actually, it's a full package. If you want to not watch me fall in love with someone else and date other people, that's on you. If you don't know that there's always two. It seems like energetically, just like you have felt probably jealousy and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Energetically, it was douche canoe number 2 that was fucking with you. Going forward, it will be in your face. It will not be energetically triggering your past pain. But you're knowing that you will be learning how to deal and heal with those past pains. And I'm willing to learn with you because I don't know how to do shit. Like I said, unsteady, figuring it the fuck out as we go kind of shit. That I am willing to do. Both being perfectly broken paths to be perfectly imperfect futures kind of shit. Because no one's perfect at all. But hiding or trying to control the narrative, that I won't deal with at all. You running from your emotions means you shut down and you try and control the narrative which is attached to my heart, which I won't allow. So you are either open and we're able to communicate. Otherwise, they will move me and they will bring in someone, but that'll be your lesson, not mine. Because I am learning this one. I know who you are to me. I know all of those things. You're choosing based on your fear and your actions, knowing you will be watching it. And if you are just betting to stay in your old life and betting against me to win, again, that's bad for you. I'm not happy. There is stuff. If you don't realize what douche canoe 1, douche canoe 2, and you all have in fucking common is you don't ever fight for your own joy and happiness that's attached to your heart and speaking emotions and what you actually want. Instead, you stay in pain and think you are meant to be beat down like a fucking soldier. Do you see that? The difference is, this time, you're attached to me in my head for me to vulnerably puke all of the shit at you, to have you see all of it, to also know my word is my bond. I don't fucking break it. I am loyal as fuck. And what I say I mean. And all of that shit. They're giving us an opportunity to literally be lifted, clean the slate, and leave all that shit behind. Because your karmic payout just as much on a lot of ends as mine. But to get it, you have to heal and all of that shit. Otherwise, you don't stay in it. Do you see? Because you can get the karmic payout, which is me that you haven't had for fucking lifetimes and have always been brokenhearted and left behind all that shit and blah, 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 blah. And we were always pulled apart and I don't even know how many. Which is exactly why it triggers all the fear, triggering all the past lifetime shit. See how this works? Because you are determined and you're manifesting literally for me to go be with somebody else because of your fear. Because Daddy might have triggered all this shit again in the last year. We're cleaning the slate and I'm taking care of karmic payout to airlift you out, to give you a clean slate, leave all the baggage behind, and to never have to beat that person that doesn't speak their emotions, that runs from it. All the shit that you told me that you knew was your triggers and your self-sabotaging, that you even told me one day would break you for what you run from if you kept doing it. Remember that? Think of what that is doing. Because you're getting airlifted. I'm getting airlifted. I'm choosing to know my worth and to keep moving forward, and Daddy will bring in someone else to literally make your manifestation, which is your thoughts of all of the worst case scenarios that could happen. You're manifesting it. You see how that works? Energetically manifesting. That is why I manifested all the fucking fear and triggers that Daddy had to take me through, the blah 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 that triggered you. And then for the past, going forward, clean slate or lift, you turn yourself into a volcano to sabotage or to not heal, to shut down. You lose an amazing fucking opportunity for business and many things going forward. You lose my heart. And you will watch me be with somebody else while you can't be a volcano if you stay. Did you see that? I do. So when you get this video, it's always 24 hours. You have 24 hours to respond. Otherwise, they move me forward. If I don't put a deadline on it, just know it's 24 hours. That's what I've always been. I can already feel your voice because it's your throat chakra. If you didn't know that, yeah, you not being, I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my throat, all that. It's you three not being able to speak your fucking words. And if you still don't know where my heart is after a year of me showing my loyalty, my patience, all of it, then you're not the soldier I thought you were and the person I thought you were. Because the only reason you will have a job offer is because I fully surrendered to my heart being with Daddy and about all of that shit. To have you be airlifted out because I took down the other three and there's no way in hell they could ever get to me. You are creating an opportunity for someone new to come in and trigger all of your shit in front of you instead of choosing to learn how to heal it and talk through it while having access to my heart and my vagina and not just protecting it from somebody I don't choose. Do you see how that is going? Stop doing the one, trying to After a year, I have shown you, I know you're analytical and you like to watch that. I have shown you who I am and what I stand for. And that I'm naughty and that I'm this, but I'm loyal as fuck and all of those things. And I do what I say I'm gonna do. Like, if you were dating, if you went out and like actually, I didn't look for you either, mister. This was not, but at the same time, we're getting air fucking lifted. So, I've already told you, and I've shown you, there's nothing else I need to prove to you. You have to prove to me that you are not the person you promised that you wouldn't be. That is the difference. It's like you keep waiting for me to prove to you that I would fuck you over and all of that shit. Because that's your manifestation. So that is why I'm explaining this to you apparently right now, to do the full circle of how energy works and how manifestations work and how karma works. Karma, I'm playing the game for both of us to get us there, to be airlifted out. Energetic manifestation, though, you waiting for me to screw you over, break your heart, all of those things, you will be creating your own reality in front of your face to self-sabotage you going forward. I choose to not open my heart to other people or my vagina. That is your choice, not mine. You're telling me without actions or words, that is what you want me to do. To have a conversation. An actual conversation. I almost went backwards and said, I don't know if I can do eye to eye, but then I might, I don't know. God. Something. Conversation. Then you're choosing to open the fucking door to other people in front of you. Because they're closing the chapter and having me collect proceeds from those karmic, your throat already closing that shit. Yeah. Probably a little bit of me seeing your eyes down on like that. Because I might be able to talk to you like this right now because I submitted up there and all those things. But your eyes, all of that shit, that is actually the only way to get me to go submissive and connect to your me just knowing what you're feeling versus speaking. If you didn't know that. Which is the reason. Because it grounds me and makes me feel protected and safe, but at the same time, it makes you feel protected and safe. So you actually running from that has caused me to trigger all of your emotions and all of that shit, and me spew emotions at you because you chose to not give me eyes. That was a full circle fucking moment. Me puking emotions at you and my heart, because I'm not scared to wear my heart on my sleeve. I know that. But like, sending it to you and all of that, I know was meant to trigger you to literally shut down and not give me the one thing that would make me stop triggering you, which would be your eyes. Kind of fucking hilarious, right? The one thing that could have got me to stop and not trigger all of that shit to get lost in your head and all the other stuff, and not even probably end up in this position of like you will be self-sabotaging in front of yourself, would be your eyes. So even knowing you will have that superpower of making me submissive and all of that, and me knowing your emotions and all of that kind of shit when we're like in that, mode without you having to seek relief in the same space. You won't get to use it for your actual benefit. That would fucking suck for you. I'm okay to still be submissive to a beautiful man that would be protecting me and all of that shit, and can get me to see a different perspective. And knowing that I was truthful, authentic, and gave him an opportunity at my heart. I'm okay with that. Are you? Would you be able to live with that? I just got reminded of when I sent you. Do you remember in the beginning when I sent you your life path and all of that? And you said you read it, but you didn't really understand what it meant and that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll send it again with this video. Because I have a feeling when you read it this time, it'll make a lot more sense. Otherwise, they wouldn't show me that, and they wouldn't have me sending you this video to explain it. Because you are meant to orchestrate behind the scenes and be in charge of a huge tribe and all of that. Yep, that is your life path. That is what you were put here on this life for. Literally being daddy to the circus I create. You are the protector, finisher, all of that shit, strategic plan, balanced to my crazy when I want to just rage, the primal, yep, all of that, life path for us, right now. That is what our life was meant for, but we have free will and we can choose. But when you read your life path again, because I read it last month or a couple weeks ago, and I just fucking laughed because it was so much more clear. And now I know why I sent it to you in the beginning for the full circle moment, because that's usually how this shit works. Yep. Either way, you're going to be getting a job offer. But you wait for the job offer, you brought in competition to my heart, not to mention you choosing to not have access to it and have to work for it when it is open to stumbling through right now, but it won't be after Sunday. Do you see how that is happening? So no matter what, you will be getting a job offer that you have an opportunity to either take or self-sabotage and be a volcano and all of that shit to manifest your future for the life path that you were meant to live this life. Otherwise, you're creating new karma for you to live through this lifetime and new pain and new shit. Like I said, there's usually always been energetically too. After full moon will be the first time and only time until Sunday where it is just you. There's no other energetic attachments. It is a clean slate for me and you to start communicating without any back shit that would trigger. Going forward, if I start dating, you're opening it up to cause and trigger you on all of your past shit, because I'm healing mine and cleaning the slate and moving forward. It would be whatever you still wanted to have triggered for you. If I open that door, well, not me open that door, you open that door. So I guess the question is, are you a martyr for pain? Do you just like feeling shitty and having your heart like twisted your head a little fucked up because you don't know what to fucking say, and primal and craving as fuck. Funny, because you're going to make that so much worse. So much worse for yourself, not for me. Because again, I have spoke my vulnerable truth to you. I have opened myself up to you to be able to show and all of that shit. And I am moving forward healed and not needing all the triggers that will be coming. Those will be your triggers. Meaning shit that you would be causing yourself, because they're two separate things. Purpose, heart. If you're waiting for me to just send you the job offer to respond, do you see that you are choosing just the job offer? Those are the actions that I am knowing my heart is closed. Again, I might rape you. And I'll have to figure that out in, like, employment contract shit, but my heart would be closed because you are coming to my heart just for money, and that does not meet any of my fucking standards. You aren't willing to speak your feelings, emotions, or any of that before money. And I know you know that I deserve way better than that. Because no matter what, I will fight for my purpose. No matter what, I know you're a piece to that puzzle, like I said. Unless you, Volcano, or unless any of the other. To my heart, that is your choice. So, it doesn't come as a package deal unless you choose that. Otherwise, it would be self-sabotaging explosion or creating your own hell in front of you, because that's what you're choosing, because you don't believe that shit could be like this. My whole life has been a magical fucking journey. 15 and pregnant to running $1 million business within the first 2 years. Like, losing it all twice to now be rebuilding it all and knowing what all the pieces of the puzzle actually were in the first place. So that this time, I won't be losing it. No matter what, because it's not based on a man or a person. That's the whole reason everything before, I was doing it for someone. This time, I'm doing it for the women and the injustices of the world, which my gift is to a fucking tornado and an infection to wake people the fuck up and all of that shit. I'm also willing to, fight with a whole arsenal where they don't know what to do. But now I get to see full circle on the beginning where it flowed. And now I even know a lot of the things where you spoke words, which is what triggered all of the shit for me to heal my shit and all of it. But also to know who you were in action, like world, not just energy. Because if you know me, I would rather just send naughty shit and not have to talk about emotional shit and all the other shit, because I just know where the emotions are. But blocking and controlling and all of that makes naughty shit and flirting and fun shit go away. Because I would rather just be naughty all day. But you can't get that and ban the other. They kind of have to, be open to get naughty shit all day that makes daddy happy and smile and not be mad daddy. But knowing your heart is also a key to you getting naughty shit all day long. Because that's what makes me happy. So, apparently, triggering both of our sharing emotion, all of that shit, that is not. I like sharing and like deep conversations and all of that shit. But the daily, that is just fucking naughty and teasing and that kind of shit. Yep. So, you wanting the intense, emotional, any of that shit to go away has literally caused it for me to trigger it and have the naughty shit go away and have it be more intense and more emotional. See how that works? Once you speak it, then it doesn't trigger me to go that way. I'm literally the opposite and will trigger you in that, what you're feeling.